What is going on YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and we are back with another video. This time, another Hot 10 list, the 10 hottest comic books on the planet. And like always, I'm going to let you guys know if I'll be buying these books at these prices or I'll be staying away waiting for a better price. Before we get started in the video, I always ask you guys, if you are not a current subscriber, you'd be doing me a hell of a favor by going and hit that subscribe button for me. Also, if you like my content and enjoy this video, I want you to click that like button for me because it does help the channel out. Every time I do a list, I want you guys to let me know down in the comments what you think of this list. Do you think my opinions are right? Am I wrong? I always appreciate the feedback. Let's just jump right in and get in at number 10. At number 10 this week on the Hot 10 list is a copy of Tales of Teen Titans number 44, the first appearance of Nightwing. Now, this is a nice key book, could have been had for cheap over the past couple of years. I believe I paid $40 when I got my copy of this book. A CGC 9.8 newsstand this week just sold for $850. A direct edition will cost you anywhere between $400 to $500. To me, this is way too much for this book. I know this is a nice key issue. It is, I think a copper age book. Beautiful orange cover, but to me, I'm not shelling out $850 for a 9.8 newsstand. To me, I'm not a newsstand collector to begin with. I'm not shelling out more money just for that barcode. I know they're rare books to have in high grade, but I'm still not shelling out $850 to pick up this book in a super high grade rare copy. $400 to $500 for a direct edition, I still think is too expensive for me. I'm going to hold off, and I do think if you want to buy this book, you need to buy it in 9.6, 9.8 condition, and to me, I'm just staying away. So it's a thumbs down for me, guys. Coming in at number 9 this week is a copy of Daredevil number 131, the first appearance of Bullseye. Now, this is one of my favorite covers for the Daredevil runs. Again, a nice key issue, the first appearance of Bullseye. The CGC 7.5 recently sold for $350. I remember when this book sold at $90 for $100. To me, $350 again is a little bit too expensive for this book in my opinion right now. Again, another copper age book, I believe. I am not going to be shelling out $350 for this book right here. I'm going to wait for it to come in a little bit and then pounce on this book if I can. Anyway, I would be buying this book in a 9.0 or higher. But like I said, I don't want to shell out the $350 for this. So again, this is another thumbs down for me. But like I said, if it drops instant value, maybe about $100, I would pick it up then. At number 8 this week is a copy of Fantastic Four number 13, the first appearance of the Watcher. Now, without me spoiling anything for the What If series, there is something to do with the Watcher in this series. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and watch the What If series. It has started off, it is pretty cool. With that said, a CGC 2.5 this week sold for $750. Again, a nice early Silver Age Fantastic Four book, first appearance, but I am not shelling out $750 for a 2.5. I'm going to direct that money to something else that I think will probably increase in value a little quicker, but this is just my opinion, guys. I think it's a cool book to have. It's low grade 2.5, but it's still quite pricey. It's $750. If this book comes in, I'd be more than happy to pounce on it when it does. At number 7 this week is one of my all-time favorite books, Amazing Spider-Man number 9 and the first appearance of Electro. I've talked about this book constantly over the past couple of months that we should have been buying it ahead of the Jamie Foxx news. We all know he's agreed to reprise his role as Electro in Spider-Man No Way Home. Who knows when that movie's going to come out, but either way, when it does, I do believe this book will go even higher. You cannot go wrong with Silver Age Spider-Man keys. That's just my opinion. Now, CGC 4.0 sold this week for $1,526. Over the past couple of months, I was able to pick up a raw copy of this book, and I paid, I think, $950 for this book for probably around a 2.5 condition. To me, I thought that was a pretty good deal. If you can find a deal on this book, I'd be buying this book anytime I can. I'm not going to be setting records to pick this book up if I choose to buy it, but if I can get it under value, I will always pick up Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man keys. So this is a thumbs up for me, guys. At number 6 this week is another Silver Age Amazing Spider-Man classic, Amazing Spider-Man number 41, the first appearance of the Rhino. My last video, I unboxed an Amazing Spider-Man number 41, signed by none other than John Romita himself. So to me, yes, this book is a buy. It is an undervalued Silver Age Spidey key, one of the two, in my opinion, who really hasn't seen any great appreciation. That is the 41, and of course Amazing Spider-Man 20, which of course, the Scorpion is also rumored to appear in Spider-Man No Way Home. We don't know if it's going to happen, but there is a rumor. Either way, CGC 5.0 recently sold for $775. So if you don't have a copy of this book, I would pick it up anywhere from probably a 3.5 higher. Like I said, I have an Amazing Spider-Man number 41 I just picked up, and I think I paid $800 for a 4.5. I think that's signed by Ramita. So to me, I do think it is worth it for this book. If you don't have a copy, I suggest you add one. Coming in number 5 this week is a book that's also been on the list for a couple of weeks now. It is Fantastic Four number 67, the first appearance of the Cocoon. Now, we all know that Cocoon later goes on to become Warlock down in Thor 165, and then of course the Power of Warlock. No, it's Marvel Premiere number 1. That's what it is. So, again, I've spoken about this book before. It's a trifecta of first appearances for him and Adam Warlock. This starts it off. I would be buying this book if I could pick it up at a decent price, and to me, it's still undervalued. A CGC 5.0 recently sold this week for $384. So a mid-grade book for under $400 to me for the start of our first appearance. We don't know which one is the actual big key. We saw the Cocoon in the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I will say this, I think Thor 165 is the money book, but I'm more than happy to pick this book up for cheap anytime I find it. Right now, I have 2 copies of this book, and I definitely would add a third if I can get one at a good price. So this is definitely a thumbs up for me. At number 4 this week is a copy of Ghost Rider number 1, the first solo Ghost Rider series, and of course, the first appearance of Damian Hellstrom. Now, this book has gotten super hot. Again, you could have had a very fine copy at one point for $100. Now a CGC 6.5 is selling for a whopping $650, and to me, that is a little bit pricey. I definitely want to own this book if I can get it for cheap, but for $650 for not quite a very fine copy, I'd be holding off at these values right now. I'd rather put that money to afford a Marvel Spotlight number 5. Save up a couple of dollars over a couple of months and actually add the first appearance. To me, I think that's a better buy at this point. I know this is still a key, but I'm not going to shell out $650 for a just under a very fine copy of this book. So this is a thumbs down right now, but like I said, if it drops, I'd pounce on it. At number 3 this week is a copy of Strange Tales number 126, and I can't figure out for the life of me why this book is all of a sudden on this list. We saw Dormammu in the first Doctor Strange movie. This, of course, is the first appearance of Dormammu, so I don't know why this book is on this list. It is getting hot again, so if anybody knows, drop it down in the comments and let me know. Either way, a CGC 5.5 recently sold this week for $500. To me, anytime you want to add a Silver Age key, you gotta, look at the book, look what the market's going for. If this book is getting hot, there's a reason why it's getting hot. I just don't know what it is. I'm probably not shelling out $500 for a 5.5, but if you can get anywhere from a 4.0, for a good price, under market value, I'd pick this book up if you can. It's a nice Silver Age key that who knows if Dormammu is going to reappear in Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. I don't know what's going on, so I have to do some due diligence and find out why this book all of a sudden is starting to climb up. So if you could find a copy that is undervalued, under book value, pick it up if you can, but don't be chasing prices as this book goes up. Coming in at number 2 this week is a copy of Moon Knight number 1, but the newsstand edition. I just told you guys I'm not a newsstand chaser. I'm not paying extra money for these newsstand copies. To me, I think it's a little crazy. I know people out there know that they're a rare copy of this book. This is a Copper Age book, so to me, there's got to be more of these out there. So again, CGC 9.4 just sold for $275. I know the first appearance of Moon Knight is crazy. I know he's in a Marvel Spotlight. It's his second appearance. I'd be going with that book over this one if I could find it at a decent price. I'm not shelling out $275 for a first solo newsstand copy. If you could find probably a non-newsstand for a good price, I'd probably pick that up and add it to the collection. But again, the newsstand copy, which is on the Hot 10, I'm not shelling out the money for. So this is a thumbs down for me. Last but not least, another book that has been on the list recently that I'm not sure why this book has climbed to number 1. It is Avengers number 11, the second appearance of Kang the Conqueror, and of course the first Spider-Man crossover with the Avengers. I happen to think that this book is spiking because it is the second appearance of Kang, and anybody that's been watching my videos over the past couple of years know I am not a second appearance collector. I will pick them up if I can get them for cheap, but if I can't, I am staying away from second appearance, directing my money to the first appearance books if I can. Now, CGC 6.5 of this book recently sold this week for $690. At that price, again, I am not a buyer. If I could find this book for cheap, you know, if someone doesn't know the price, they don't know this book is hot, you can get it for a deal. Again, it's a cool book to have. A Silver Age Key, Spider-Man crossover, second appearance of Kang, but I'm not shelling out $700 at a 6.5 condition to add this to my collection. A couple of weeks back, it was a little bit lower. I said I thought it was a decent buy if you want to hang on to it if you're a collector, but for a monetary value, if I would be going to resell this book, it's not a book that I want to buy right now to resell in the future. So that's it for the top 10 this week, guys. Let me know what you think, as always, down in the comments. Do you agree with me on some of this stuff? Do you disagree with me? I'm having trouble seeing why some of these books are all, on the hot 10 list this week and the past couple of weeks, honestly. Some of these books I'd really stay away from. Some of them I'd only buy on dips, and of course there are a few on here that I'd always be buying no matter what. The Silver Age Amazing Spider-Mans, to me, they'll always hold their value. So like always, I say, I hope you agree with my content. If not, it's totally cool. Let me know down below. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon.